Hi guys, welcome back to Move Wilder, your home for Pilates and personal training, both online and in person. Today we're going to go through hip circles. This is a really good exercise for building mobility back at the hip joint. You can use this after you've had hip surgery, once you've got through that initial phase of physio. Just a good way of mobilizing the hip joint and building strength in those muscles at the same time. So let's get going. So we're going to come down onto the mat, thinking about that neutral spine. So remember, pelvis is in neutral, little gap under the low back and the neck, belly's not doming, pulling those ribs down towards your hips. One leg comes into our tabletop position, so knee over hip, shin parallel with the ceiling or the sky if you are outdoors. And then we're just going to start with a circle. So just slowly circling from the hip, moving the leg around. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to turn this into a figure of 8. But to start with, I just want you to do a couple of circles in one direction and then a couple of circles in the other. Just get the hold and the feel for the technique. And then we're going to start to make an 8. So what you're going to imagine is that you've got a piece of paper above your leg and a crayon stuck to your knee. And you're going to draw with your knee and create a figure of 8. So we're just going to draw that figure of 8. At the same time as you're drawing that 8, I want you to think about what's happening to your pelvis. Is it rocking around? If it is, I want you to really use your core. So think rib to hip to keep that pelvis nice and still. Think about having a spirit level over your hip bones. Keep the bubble in the middle. Now we're going to turn and do the 8 in the other direction. Don't worry if your 8 sometimes looks a little bit weird. No one is going to mind as long as you're creating that fluid motion from one circle to the next. Then we're going to bring that leg down, swap to the other side. So bringing the other leg up, and we're going to start with that circle, focusing on keeping your hips nice and still. No breathing pattern for this one today. I just want you to get used to the movement. And then we're going to take that circle in the other direction. So lovely being able to do Pilates outside. Got to love a good summer. Then you're going to bring that foot back or that leg back, and then we're going to go into our figure of 8, really using your core to keep your pelvis nice and stable. You can only make your 8 as big as you can keep your pelvis still. If you're finding your pelvis is rocking around, go back to your circles and try and really work on that core connection before starting to move into an 8. Then we're going to take our 8 in the other direction. Usually in class we do about 6 to 7 8s on each side. You could do the same. If you find that's a bit too many today, you could do 4 on each side, have a little rest, and then do another 3 or 4 on each side again. So you've done the same amount, you've just broken it into 2 sets, and that's absolutely fine. And I'm going to do one more with you here. And then I'm going to bring that leg back down and take a full body stretch. And then coming back up to sitting. Thank you for joining me today for my hip circles. I hope you found them beneficial. If you've got any questions or comments, please comment below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for joining me today.